What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Root Cause Podcast, where we get to the root cause of everything going on in the world. Boy, we got a good show tonight. Boy, we got so much to talk about. I'm looking forward to this, boy. I got my brother Eric Johnson. He's a business owner, finance professional. As tax season is coming, you should be getting those W-2s in January and into February. If you need help with your taxes, now is the perfect time to reach out to Eric on social media. He has a tax preparation company. He can do tax preparation for your individual, for you as an individual, you and your spouse, your business, your organization. He can get you squared away as tax season comes. Let's buy black. All right. Let's support black. Before you go to H&R Block, come talk to him first. All right. In addition to that, I got my brother Ace Chandler. He's a business owner as well, digital marketing guru. He can show you how to upscale your business, how to find new clients, how to spruce up your website or create a commercial for yourself or some type of marketing campaign. He can help you get that done. He also does everything from business headshots all the way to small film. So if you need anything multimedia, reach out to Ace Chandler. He can get you squared away. I'm Kendall Wyatt. I'm your big brother, your little brother, your cousin, your nephew, your godson, your grandson. I am your friendly neighborhood activist, your friendly neighborhood pastor. Maybe.
Lord.
Just maybe. For a few of you out there, I might be your old summer fling, and it was the best summer you ever had. Welcome to the Root Cause Podcast. Fellas, what's going on? Y'all good tonight?
We're good, man. Good, blessed.
A lot to talk about. What's going on, Ace? You good?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
What you drinking?
Exactly. What's in your cup?
What's in your cup?
You're asking too many questions.
In your cup? Oh, okay.
You're asking way too many questions.
I know that's right. All right, let's get right into it, fellas. Listen, we're gonna start tonight with we had talked about this before, and we thought that the storm had passed. Indiana lawmakers are back at it again, pushing forward with redistricting maps that civil rights groups like the Young Lions Action Network, that I'm the president of, say are completely unfair, and they are blatantly racist. The House leadership wants these maps approved quickly, even though the state is not scheduled for another full redistricting cycle until later. I think about 5 more years before we would even be scheduled for one. These new maps would strip Black and Latino voters of meaningful representation in several urban districts, while packing them into over-concentrated, strategically diluted districts. And the speed of the process is raising eyebrows because it leaves almost no room for public input. Community organizers and legal experts are already warning that these maps violate the Voting Rights Act, but of course the Supreme Court has not protected the Civil Rights Act or the Voting Rights Act in recent years. And in a state where political power has been consolidated for decades, this move actually feels like the next step in locking in minority rule. The stakes are high because once gerrymandering is baked into the political structure, it shapes everything from education policy to policing to economic development. This is not just a political fight, it's a fight for democracy. So I want to start tonight with Ace Chandler. Bro, what you think about this, man? Why are we circling back to this when the Indiana Senate took it up and it wasn't going to have enough votes to get over the finish line? Why do we think this is going to be different this time?
Because Republicans know they're in trouble. They know that midterms are coming. After midterms, after the butt whooping that they're going to get in the midterms, I mean, Donald Trump's approval rating is sinking by the day. I think he's around 30% approval rating now.
35.
Yeah.
Yep, 31. Depending on the poll, 31%. I
And
think the composite is 32.
And here's the thing. He was above 50% when he took office. You would think that he's been off. We've said this before. You would think that he's been in office for a full term.
Like 7,000 years.
He's made a year. He ain't made a
We
year.
haven't even made it a year yet. And he's been tanking. So they're seeing that they're scared. They were like, okay, you got, not only are they redistricting, they're redrawing the maps. They're also resigning at record speed. I mean, they got Republicans left and right, not just MGT, Marjorie Taylor Greene, but you got Republicans all over that are resigning from at all levels of government because they know they're about to take a shellacking in the midterms, and then followed by the midterms. Once they lose they're going to right now it's CYA. They're trying to cover their butts, and if they can't get these maps redrawn, then you're going to see a lot of investigations. We'll get into another big investigation that's heading towards that administration. Here's what we said before: if you blindly follow a fool, don't be surprised of the repercussions. I mean, it's coming, and they're scared, so they better redraw these maps and pray that it sticks because they're in trouble.
Eric?
Yeah, I agree with Aaron. The Republican Party,
These boys is in trouble.
They are very, very unpopular right now. It's really, really bad. I was looking on a news network that's projecting that if the numbers keep going the way they're going, that the Democrats could get up to between 40 to 60 seats. Between 40 to 60 seats, if so many independents swing from voting Republican to Democrat. So this is the reason why they're doing it. This is a cry of desperation. They're desperate, and in the state of Indiana, it was Representative Smaltz. He represented Auburn, Indiana, that area. He didn't even look at them. He didn't write the maps. He just put it up. I guarantee the maps came from Washington. They drew them. They sent it to gave it to Mike Braun. But Mike Braun told one of his Republican representatives to put this on the floor. It is, and the voters don't want this. The voters don't want this. Indiana is, even though it's gerrymandered, but it's still one of the least gerrymandered states in our union. Yeah, believe it or not.
Yeah, and there's some states that are worse.
Some states are worse, gerrymandered by Democrats and Republicans. But Indiana is one more that's more in the. It's still gerrymandered, but it's not as bad as other states. So what they're pushing here is just it's unnecessary. It's divisive, and I pray to God that it backfires. Yeah, it backfires. I'm hoping that the Senate state senators fail it. Right now, it's 50 senators in the state senators in the state of Indiana. 40 are Republicans, 10 are Democrats. So they have 80%. So all he needs is 26.
Mm-hmm.
Right now,
all they need is a simple majority to pass it.
And right now, he doesn't have it. So, I'm encouraging all my state people in the state of Indiana. Please continue to contact your state representatives. Tell them you don't want this, or it's going to be repercussions. And that means, and hopefully, the Democratic Party will start pouring money.
Yeah.
Into the state of Indiana.
And then hopefully the voters will wake up. Let's show the audience what we're talking about here. This is the current map to your left of the state of Indiana. It makes sense. You know, it's blocks of, and all three of us are from Indiana. Eric, you're from northwestern Indiana. Mm-hmm. So all of these, and Aaron and I are from central Indiana. You grew up in District 1, correct, Eric?
Yep.
Eric grew up in District 1 up there in the Gary, East Chicago area. And Aaron and I grew up in Indianapolis and Marion County, where you see District 7. But to your right, is a proposed map. And I want to make sure we're clear, bro. So let me show you this one. I live in this purple area in the upper left. This is Marion County, right? That we have highlighted here, where Aaron and I currently reside in Marion County. Eric lives just north of Marion County in Hamilton County. Mm-hmm. It's a sister county. It's a part of the Metroplex of Indianapolis. He still lives in the district.
You don't know where I live. Don't give out my
I know where you live. Well, I know your address, boy.
No,
I put it out there.
I moved. I moved now. And I'm about to. And if I didn't move, I'm about to move now.
I'm moving out. That's what you said. No, but to be honest with you, I live in this purple area, right? Now, I'm gonna show y'all something. So this purple area northwest, the far northwest side of Indianapolis, that purple area is primarily what everyone knows to be Pike Township. Pike Township is where it is the most concentrated. Let me say this: it is the most densely. It is the largest concentration. Let me put it like that: the largest concentration of black wealth in the state of Indiana is in Pike Township. Of black wealth, all right, because you got neighborhoods like 80, West 86th, and you have Normandy Farms and some of these other neighborhoods that are very, very wealthy areas, and it's probably 80% black, right? A lot of black wealth in these areas. Knowing that, so I'm in district. According to the proposed map, I would be in District 4. Now, here's the thing. I want you to look how. I want you to look. District 4 will technically be District 7 over here to your right-hand side. It wraps on a reverse C all the way over to Richmond, Indiana, which is about an hour and a half away from Indianapolis. Or not an hour and a half away. It's about an hour and a half away from Indianapolis. And it wraps all the way down the side of the state, all the way down to near Batesville, Indiana, where Cincinnati is. So I would be literally holding conversations during election time when we have precinct meetings. when we have our district meetings and precinct meetings. We will be meeting with people who live near Cincinnati, Ohio. It is, and look, and I want to make sure we're clear. This is Indianapolis. It is the largest concentration of black and brown in the entire state of Indiana. Larger than Gary, larger than South Bend, where Notre Dame is, those of you not from Indiana. Larger than Fort Wayne, Indiana, which is the second largest city in the state of Indiana. Larger than Evansville, which is the third largest city in the state of Indiana. Indianapolis, the metroplex of Indianapolis, is about 2.3 million people. And Indianapolis proper is about 1.5 million people. And it is heavy black and brown. About 42% of the entire population of Indianapolis is black and brown. And you see how they surgically sliced up Indianapolis and put it with some people that we ain't gonna never look at this. This is Indianapolis, dead center of the state, like a bullseye. And they literally carved our county up like a pizza. It is blatantly racist. Blatantly racist, right? If you live in, let me go back to this again. If you live in downtown Indianapolis, center of Marion County is downtown Indianapolis, like dead center. If you live in downtown Indianapolis, according to this map, you would be caucusing with people living in downtown Indianapolis. You'd be caucusing with people that live down in Jeffersonville, Indiana, down by Louisville, Kentucky. You have to go from downtown Indianapolis to almost Louisville, Kentucky in order to have a district meeting. It is nonsense. And we got to move on to some other topics, but I want to finish with this. Y'all, the Supreme Court has sufficiently proven to me that they ain't going to do a daggone thing about this. And it's blatantly racist. However, enter Maryland into the picture. Enter Virginia into the picture. Enter New York into the picture.
Do we really want our country to be this?
We don't. But right now it's an arms race. It's an arms race. Mm-hmm. And do y'all remember I said this in another one of our early shows, maybe second or third episode? I said to y'all, I asked ChatGPT to show me what it would look like if every traditionally Republican state gerrymandered every single Democratic seat out, and every Democratic state gerrymandered every Republican seat out. What would the breakdown be? And it was a supermajority for Democrats in the House of Representatives, a supermajority. And all I want to say is this. Now, even though this map is nonsense to your right, I just want to say this. If you got people downtown caucusing, there's more black people in Jeffersonville, Indiana than you might think, because it's basically a suburb of Louisville. If you want to play that game where you have people on the west side of Indianapolis, caucusing with people that are up in Lafayette, Indiana, and up towards Crown Point and all that. They need to be careful, because the point I wanted to make to y'all is this: District 1 with Gary and Kokomo in it would be in play for the Democrats. Mm-hmm. District 2 with part of Fort Wayne and South Bend in it, and Portage and Michigan City, Indiana, would be in play. Mm-hmm. District 7 would be in play.
Yeah.
District 6 would be in play.
Hey, and District 5 is becoming more and more diverse.
Yeah. So you're talking about like Zionsville is becoming more diverse. Yeah. And Noblesville and Fishers, they're becoming more diverse. Yep. And then District 9 that has Bloomington in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all. Yeah, play that game. Play that game.
If this is the perfect, like I said, it's a perfect opportunity for statewide Democrats to really
run the state,
get in their rears, because unfortunately the Republicans have they set a fire, they set a blaze. Mm-hmm. So we have to answer the call, because mm-hmm. they believe the Democratic Party will just stand by and just don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we have an opportunity. It was and we'll move on. It was a 7-2 split with seats, and they're playing this game. It might end up being a 5-4 split, because I see a couple of those districts that would be in play. So sometimes you got to be careful what you ask for. All right, moving on. This is a topic that Ace wanted to talk about. Let's pivot to Pete Hegseth and his war crimes question, and his war crimes, potentially committing war crimes. So it goes to the heart of military ethics. This conversation about Pete Hegseth, civilian safety, and the possibility of war crimes. Reports are raising serious questions about Pete Hegseth's involvement in U.S. military boat strikes that may have targeted civilians. These allegations are coming from they aren't coming from fringe voices. They're coming from analysts, retired officers, policy experts, and Republicans who are saying that the footage and the testimony of some of the soldiers in the room when these acts were being committed raise a lot of red flags. And the bigger issue is that America cannot hold the world accountable if it refuses to investigate its own people. So for veterans and service members, and for families affected abroad, this isn't political. It's personal and moral, because I was looking at a retired general today. I can't remember his name. You have to forgive me, but he was on MS Now, and he said that the large boat that we've been talking about that's out in the Caribbean waters, he said that boat can't be out there. Say it again.
Gerald Ford.
Yeah, the USS Gerald Ford cannot be in the water longer than 6 months. They have to figure out what they're doing, because there's only so many supplies you can bring to it from their air bases in the Caribbean. So they're going to have to make some type of strike or some type of move within 6 months of that boat being out there. And the other thing is, for that boat to be in those waters, y'all,
how much?
It cost the taxpayer $32 million a day. A day.
That's a lot of money.
To be in the Caribbean. 32 million.
MAGA, make that make sense. Explain to me. Make that make sense.
A day.
Evangelicals.
Yeah.
A day.
Explain that to me. Trump supporters, explain that. Doge, Department of Doge, explain that.
It's the
Elon, explain that.
I believe it's the second largest carrier that we have in the entire fleet.
It is.
The second largest one we got. It's expensive.
I heard it was,
and you only use it in times of war.
Yeah, war.
And the notion that you keep pretending like we're at war is nonsense. And then, y'all, he just hold on. He pardoned the former president of Honduras, who brought
oh my God.
What was it, like 400
former drug lord.
400 tons of cocaine.
A former drug lord who pumped drugs into United States.
Yep.
And Trump pardoned him, and then says, "Oh, I don't know who he is."
He probably don't. He probably don't.
He probably don't.
He saw. I told y'all, if you want a pardon, if you got the money, you'll get a pardon.
Yeah, because
I bet
the cartel bought a whole bunch of that cryptocurrency, that Trump cryptocurrency, didn't they? To get him out.
Crazy.
Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead and unpack it. Go ahead,
man. So my thing with this story, I mean, it's just the gift that keeps on giving this administration. Every day there's a new scandal, there's a new headline. But Pete Hegseth, first he says, he goes on to Fox. They did a strike back in early September. He goes on Fox News the next day bragging about it, talk about how he was all over it and it was his operation and he was there from start to finish and knew all about it. And then now that there's a scandal of them not dropping just one missile on a boat, on a fishing vessel, possibly. There was exactly.
You fishing for harpoon. You fishing for pompano and mahi, and you.
This dude had a red snapper in his hand.
A U.S. fighter jet. This dude got a cane pole out in the middle of the ocean trying to fish for bluegill.
An ugly stick, yeah. So hold on. So real quick. So here's the thing. Some of those videos, have you noticed? Some of those videos were boats that were just sitting out in the middle of the water. They weren't even. They didn't have nothing. There's just a few people in the boat. They was out there just having a good day. They're eating lunch from what their wives packed them, and then having a good day out there fishing, father and son.
He said they eat their wives.
Eating lunches.
Eating lunch at the
wives packed for them. Eating lunch that their wives packed for them. Y'all something else.
You anyway, eating your wives, buddy. I'm just asking a question. They had a great time.
Possibly that too. They weren't doing drugs out there.
They were minding their business for sure.
Yeah. So, but so you saw just a boat out there, empty boat, just a few people in there, just docked out in the water, enjoying it, and they're just blowing them up. So this particular incident. They blew. I guess I don't know if the impact was so severe that it blew them out of the boat first, and they were just out in the open water floating, or they saw something coming down, and at the last minute they jumped out. But then Hegseth and his crew said, "Oh, we have survivors in the water. Hit them again.
Take them out.
That's crazy.
Take them out again." So now that they realize that it's a war crime. Here's the problem with this. If we're at war, if you're saying we're at war with Venezuela, then what you did is a war crime.
It's a war crime.
If we're not at war with Venezuela or anyone, then what you did is murder. So either way, you committed a crime, Hegseth. So now Hegseth stands back, and now he's trying to walk this back with the orange buffoon. And he's trying to walk this back, and it's just this blind loyalty to an idiot. I just don't understand. I keep telling y'all, just because Trump is above the law, because Republicans let him get away, the Democrats have let him get away, the Supreme Court has let him get away. That doesn't mean that you're going to get away. Exactly. So what's going to happen to you, Mr. Hegseth? This guy right here, who actually who has a service record, you know better. And actually, in 2016, we found video of you talking about how you military personnel will refuse illegal orders. That's what you said in 2016.
Yeah. And
now your administration is talking about to the Democrats who said defy illegal orders. Now you're talking about, you're seditious. This is a sedition. To defy illegal orders. All right, but Hegseth said it in 2016. No one did a protest on him. So then they want to go ahead and now blackball this guy, Admiral Frank. He's going to take the fall for this. Frank Bradley. Who is he? Admiral Frank Bradley. Who is he? Commander of U.S. Special Forces, Special Operations Command, SOCOM, Joint Special Forces, served as commander of the operations of Command Central, SEAL Team 6, Afghanistan deployment, Naval Academy graduate, physics degree.
A master's degree.
All these accolades, but y'all going to try to blame him and say
he's been a Navy SEAL. He's been a Navy SEAL since 1992.
Yeah. So now that all the headlines are pointing to some type of crime, whether it's murder or a war crime, now you're trying to make them.
Aaron, real quick, and then that last line is the most important one. Overseas military special operations in more than 80 countries.
80 countries.
I would not do this if I wasn't told to.
Exactly.
He knows better. He should know better. He does. And I assure you that they said, we need you to be a patriot. You're going to do this, sir. You're going to do it or I'm going to get rid of you, right? You're going to do these operations. I'm going to get rid of you. Because why would the other people...
Your pension. You're going to lose your pension.
Exactly. Why would the other ones step aside? Like you mentioned off air, Aaron.
Hold on. Before the fire got too hot. Hold on. Before the fire got too hot, this was his response. This was his initial response. Before they finally said, okay, wait a second. This ain't no laughing matter. You're about to face serious jail time behind this.
Yes.
And now he want to try to walk it back and blame
international court.
Yeah. Now you're trying to blame Admiral Frank Bradley. I had no knowledge of this. He said he went and took another meeting after the first strike. So Admiral Bradley acted on his own. Okay.
Ain't no way.
But we know. Come on now. Stupid stuff. It's just that stupid stuff. I'm so sick and tired of this.
Someone is drunk again.
And this is Eric. How many months have we been?
Give me a second while I sip this.
Eric, are we in the second year of his?
We still got it.
Tell me, it's been at least 3 years of this administration. Tell me,
we got 1,000 days,
4 years.
We still got 45 more days until his first. Till he was.
Dang, it ain't even been a year yet. Dang, we ain't been through year one of this. Because they're here, but here we go again. You got these Republicans who blindly follow a guy who never seen any type of military action. He dodged the draft, y'all.
He did see it. He saw it on. He saw it every night on at 11 p.m. Dun, 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 dun. When Mash came on, he saw it every night.
His mama and daddy dressed him up in military outfit, his little military outfit, and put him in front of the TV to watch MASH.
His foot is hurting. He saw MASH every night.
Serious question.
Y'all stop following this idiot, man. Y'all better stop following this idiot. He's going to continue. Y'all better learn from Giuliani, learn from all those other people that went to jail in his first term. Lost their license to practice. Y'all better wake up and realize this dude is going to lead you off the cliff every time.
They said Russia was a hoax. They said the Russian hoax, and 22 people went to prison because of it. 22.
Do you guys really think that that Trump knew about the shooting before it happened? You think he was?
No, I think that I'm pretty sure Hegseth acted on it. He gave Hegseth free reign. Yes, exactly. Go out and kill him.
That's exactly. I feel like he just say, "Hey, I'm gonna do this part of it. You in control of this. You Secretary of War. They changed the name.
The Department of War.
Department of War. You the
What was it
Secretary
before,
of that.
Kendall?
Department of Defense. And it was the Department.
Correct.
Last time it was the
Department of
Department
Defense.
of
Not
Defense.
war.
It was
Not
Department
war.
of Defense. Trump
The last
decided
time
to
it was
change it to Department of War. Go ahead, Eric.
And this
I'm
is the
sorry, go ahead.
candidate that they said was the anti-war candidate. Keep that in mind, fellas.
Yeah, exactly.
He prided himself and he ran as the anti-war candidate. And he renamed the Department of Defense to the Department of War. We have a problem here.
Now, listen. He
Gulf
is
of America.
He is the
Gulf
Gulf
of
of
America.
America.
The
He
Gulf of
is-
America.
I want y'all to hear me, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. He is a dictator. If we don't stop this game with him, this will be Nazi Germany. That is not an overstatement. That is not hyperbole. This is not a drill. We literally run the risk of being Nazi Germany. I'm not overstating that. We got to wake up. And I know we laughing at it because it's hilarious. But the problem is you got people like this. This is the Honduran president, that the former president of Honduras, who was able to get out of prison when he brought 400 tons. It is estimated between 400 and 500 tons of cocaine into the United States of America using the cartel and his position as president of Honduras to bring drugs into this country. And Donald Trump is playing in y'all's face, pretending like he cares about the Americans' lives and people overdosing on drugs and all this other kind of stuff. And he just gave a pardon in your face.
Nice.
Playing in your face, bro.
I don't
He
know
gave
who
a
he
pardon
is.
to a guy who is a very much understood around the world
As a drug lord.
drug lord. He was the leader of the largest cartel in the world because he was the president of a country selling drugs to the United States of America. When he was president, Honduras was sending more drugs to the United States of America than Mexico and China combined. To be clear. How in the hell does he get a pardon? You have MAGA. You elected someone who will let you buy your way out of a righteous sentence. And I want to make sure we're clear that when your niece and nephew in rural America overdoses on cocaine and fentanyl,
and fentanyl out of Venezuela. There's no fentanyl in Venezuela.
Overdose on meth, this falls at the doorstep of your boy, Donald Trump. Now, you may not like black people and Hispanic people. You might not care about us at all, but you should care about your children, because fooling around with this genius is going to get them killed. Now, I'm being serious, man. I'm sick of it. I had a conversation the other day with somebody that was talking to me about gun violence in Indianapolis. I said to him, yeah, man, unfortunately, there's over 400 people that have been a victim of a gunshot wound in Indianapolis. And more than half of those people are black. And we only make up about 25% of the population in the city. However, 1,100 white people have overdosed this year in the state of Indiana and had to have the ambulance called. Some of them died and some of them just flat overdosed. 1,100. So you're talking about the black community. Do you not care about your children? I guarantee you there's somebody that's going to jump in our comments who talking about black people and gun violence, and you are currently taking care of your grandchildren because your daughter's strung out on meth. You have your own house to look after. And when he's playing in your face by giving pardons to guys like this, 400 tons into America, And he gives him a pardon because somebody paid a check. Somebody gave some money. You mean to tell me that the president of the United States can be bought with $1?
He's a whore. He's a whore. He's a whore.
Get out of here, man. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of this conversation. And MAGA, and Aaron's right. At some point, you got to wake up and realize that what we know in the black community, white folks need to understand this too. I'm watching 60 Minutes on Sunday, talking to all these farmers who are about to lose their farms. These farms been in their family for 120 years, 130, 150 years. They're about to lose their farm. There was no threat of ever losing it, not even during the Great Depression. Did they ever think they're going to lose their family farm? And now they're on the verge of losing their family farm because you keep running out voting for Donald Trump. He does not care about you. He has nothing in common with you.
Nothing.
You have more in common with the people on this podcast than you do with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And at some point, you may hate me, but do you hate you?
The thing is,
it's ridiculous.
We shouldn't be shocked over this. I mean, this is the same guy who befriended someone who's responsible for the killing of a journalist inside his consulate.
Yeah.
And he was back at the White House recently, palling around with Donald Trump.
And Donald Trump told him, when they asked him the question about that, Donald Trump told him, oh, I tell you, it works. Just ignore the question. Ignore the question, Mr. President.
That's exactly what he said. Because he knows it looks bad.
Jamal Khashoggi was a U.S. citizen.
Yes, he was.
Who recorded his death on his Apple Watch. The audio of him being killed, dismembered, his arms and legs being cut off while he's recording on his Apple Watch, and it went to the Apple cloud. And you're going to sit here and he's sitting there screaming, telling you who's doing it to him. And you're going to sit there and pretend like it didn't happen. Over $1, Mr. President. Man,
but this is what
it's crazy.
This is what we're talking about. You might think, why are y'all so passionate about this? This is what you so-called spiritual leaders, this is what you support. Your vote comes with. This is what you can't. No, there is no. Oh well, I only support some things. No, you stand by everything that he does. You pulled the lever for him. You filled in the bubble for him. You continue to spew his talking points across your pulpit. You continue to jump on the air and say stupid stuff to make excuses for Trump's behavior. And now you're going to try to walk it back now that the fire's getting too hot. Well, I don't stand for him dropping a missile on people out in the water swimming. No, no,
sorry, it's not funny.
That all that fault. No, all that. Take all that. Here, take all that. All that belongs to you.
Yeah, it does. It falls right in your lap.
All that belongs to you. So I feel you, Kendall. I'm sick, and I'm so sick and tired of it. And it just, Eric, again. What year are we on? Year 3? Tell me, year 4?
We're on day 320.
Yeah, we still got
like 1,200 some days.
It hasn't even been a year, y'all. It hasn't even been a full year.
We got over 1,000 days left.
It hasn't even been a full year of his he.
We probably need to get a Trump. We need to get a countdown of the days. How many days left of Trump's presidency?
Man, we got a funding crisis, an infrastructure crisis, a healthcare crisis.
We still send the money to Argentina. We still send the money to Israel.
Israel.
We still send the money to Ukraine.
Well, Democrats are trying to get that upped and restarted. Oh no, let's not forget about Ukraine. Come on, Democrats. You Democrats, you gotta you better get your priorities in order.
It's Congress, like we say about Congress. Congress is
real quick, y'all. Hold on, let me, because I looked up. There is a it's called tickcounter.com. And if you go to tickcounter.com and put in the end of Trump's presidency, it'll show you that there is 1,143 days, 14 hours, 31 minutes, and 29 seconds as we speak.
How long has it been since he left the military, Trump? Find me that counter.
Where's the last? How many days since the last time he was diagnosed with bone spurs? When was the last? When did the last bone spur dissolve?
Here's the thing. In the comments, because I know we're going to get lit up in the comments by these Trump supporters. Tell me what your reaction would be if Donald Trump, or no, not Donald Trump, if Joe Biden ordered a missile to fall on a drug boat. And then tell me what your reaction would be if Barack Obama ordered a second strike on survivors of that boat, where our own policies say as soon as they're out of the realm of combat and they're no longer a threat, you cannot kill them. So the moment they fell out of that boat into the water, international water, it was over. They were rendered defenseless and out of the fight. So by our own policies, we weren't supposed to strike them.
Aaron, listen,
where's Congress?
This is what you said, Ace. You said they were in, watch this, international waters. Mm-hmm. He is just stomping on international law. We are losing. Europe won't even share intel with us anymore because of this. Because one of the boats we shot up, it blew up with a missile, was because of some intelligence we got from Britain. And they're like, we ain't getting involved in that. The UK said we're not sharing. That is our closest ally. We're not sharing information with you anymore because of that. I don't care who you are. If you are especially you Republicans, you MAGA people, y'all supposed to be Republicans. And Eric says the Republican Party's gone. I hear you. But those of you that used to be Republicans and now y'all got turned out by Trump, he turned you like a trick on the street. And they hate when I say this. Oh, don't talk to me like that, blah, blah, blah. Make sure we're clear. Let me tell you what a pimp does to a prostitute. I grew up in the hood. Let me tell you what a pimp does. A pimp takes a prostitute and makes her sacrifice herself to enrich him. Then he turns around and convinces her that she can't share in the spoils. He tells her, you ought to be grateful that I'm giving you protection against the Johns that you're servicing. That is what the Republican Party does. Y'all talking about the Democratic plantation? Boy, there's a plantation for white folks on that Republican plantation because you still don't have high-speed internet. Your kids are failing in rural schools. Some people have to go 50, 60 miles to a hospital. Mm-hmm. And you over here talking to us. And like Aaron said, you have a guy that you all have empowered that is blowing up boats in international water. That water
no evidence
to us.
With no evidence of anything on the boat. No evidence.
And Aaron, you said, what if Barack Obama did it? I'll raise your ante. What if Barack Obama did it to a boat coming out of Iceland?
Oh,
some white folks. What if he blew up an Italian boat? Because we still get drugs from Italy. They're still the Italian mafia. Trust me, they still bring in drugs from Italy. What if he blew up an Italian boat, 4 or 5 of them with nothing but white folks on them, and he's a black man? What y'all's heads would explode.
Oh, they would have really stormed the Capitol then.
Oh yeah, we would have had a problem.
Go ahead, Eric. I'm sorry.
It's a good that most of you. They ought to be glad that Trump pardoned most of them because with them being on the no-fly list. There would have been a long bus ride to D.C. to storm the Capitol again.
One of the people he pardoned, did y'all see this last week? One of the people he pardoned last week raped and killed somebody.
Yep.
Stupid.
Yep.
One of the people you pardoned that would have been in prison had you not done that, just indiscriminately pardoning everybody, which you said you weren't going to do on the campaign trail because you're a liar.
He lied.
That person came out and murdered a woman trying to rape her.
If only we had a functional congressional people in Congress. The Congress people we have in Congress right now, they might as well they might as well just quit because nobody's doing their job.
This is why y'all need to look at that ballot. Y'all need to look at each individual person.
Yep.
And look at those incumbents. Look at their voting record.
Yep.
Even if they voted present. No.
President says something too.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't vote yes or no. I voted present. Get them out of there. You need to stand on something. If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. Stand on something.
Yep.
There ain't no gray area. You're either pick a side. You're right. Pick a side and stick to it. Y'all need to look at that ballot. Like I said before, go through it with a fine-tooth comb.
My.
Because Congress right now is asleep. There's nothing coming out of Congress.
They don't do anything. They're giving up their power.
They have Article 1 power. They are Article 1.
They're giving it up. They're giving it up because they don't want to be held accountable themselves for either starting a war or stopping a war. Congress went to sleep with that too, when they gave George Bush all that power to go to Afghanistan. Only person who said no, not do this was Barbara Lee. They gave up their power and said, do whatever, because they don't want to be held accountable, like you said, Aaron, for their decisions, because they don't want to be able to. They want to be able to go back to the constituents and say, "Hey, I had nothing to do with this war. This all President Trump. Oh, I had nothing to do with this. Oh, I wouldn't have done that." A functional Congress supposed to make all those decisions as far as war or protection, all that stuff comes from Congress, and they're not doing their job.
And to be clear, Congress has Article 1 power. The House of Representatives and the Senate, Congress is supposed to have, if there is a default to one article's authority. Article 1 authority is Congress. Article 2 authority is the president. Article 3 is the Supreme Court, in that order. And I think what the founders were saying is if you have to default to anything, it needs to default to the people first.
Yes.
And the fact that the individuals that represent the people refuse to do their job, it is exhausting.
It's exhausting.
If you could wake up the forefathers, and explain to them some of what's going on, they would be absolutely appalled at this. It is literally what they wrote the Constitution for, to prevent this kind of thing, to have this kind of structure, so that if you ever had a rogue president, there would be two checks on him, the court and the people that represent the people. Both have fallen asleep at the wheel.
It's not happening.
Oh, let's pack the court. And you wonder why your farmland is under bankruptcy.
Because they're not going to do it. And then his trade war isn't even legal. It's not even legal. You want to know why? Because only Congress, the Article 1 power, can approve that.
Yes.
And they won't stop him.
They won't stop him.
So but here's the thing.
But they quitting. And they quiet quitting.
Yeah, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Those farmers do not understand that because you have a hatred or a hidden
hatred for Hispanics
and blacks. It's hidden deep down inside of you, because it's an unspoken hatred. You are about to lose your family. You about to lose your families. You're about to lose your family's farm that you've had for 120 years. And all of the rest of them, they have come through. Your granddaddy and them and great-granddaddy, they navigated the Great Depression. They navigated World War I, the Great Depression, World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War. Donald Trump was at home watching MASH for. They navigated the economic downturns through the years. And now you're about to lose it over this genius who y'all keep pretending. You keep convincing yourself that he's a Christian. He's not. He's not a patriot. It is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
But this is the playbook of the Antichrist. Aaron, you got something for us?
The thing is, and I know people go, oh, that's not what they did for. No. You can Google non-combatants, Google enemy non-combatants, and you read for yourself why we have laws against this stuff. If you want to take a deeper dive, go and look at the international law studies. I mean, over 400 pages, chapter 11, non-combatant persons. There's a whole chapter on that. It's a chapter. I mean, it goes on. I mean, it's on non-combatant persons, but it also talks about the wounded, the sick, and the shipwrecked. Once that missile, that first missile hit that boat, they fall in the category of shipwrecked. They are no longer a threat. They are shipwrecked. Yes. The fight is over. You're gonna order a second strike, then run to the break room. Talk about, I didn't order. I didn't know about it. Nigga, you was just on. I'm sorry, you was just on Fox News. You was just on Fox News the next day talking about you knew everything about it. Oh, I did. Here's what I did. Here's what I did.
I'm telling you,
moron.
They're just doing whatever because of the pardon system. Congress needs to relook at how we're doing the powder. What's the word I'm looking for?
Power?
No, when they try to escape them from going to jail. Trump has those pardons. Okay, yeah. We have to relook at how much power our presidents have with pardoning. They're doing whatever they want because President Trump is going to pardon them. Let's move on.
What you got, Aaron? You got anything for us?
No, I mean we can go on all day, but as you all see, y'all, we are sick and tired of this mess, and I mean we're going to continue to try to cover these headlines, but I mean I can only speak for myself. This is depressing. It's depressing coming on here with more bad news that we got to break. Like this.
Here's the good news, stuff. Aaron.
The just shall live.
Here's good news, Aaron. You only have 1,143 days, 14
God.
hours, 19 minutes, and 20 seconds left.
Oh my God. This fool.
Let's move on. So this is something that Eric wanted to talk about. I know we're time's getting away from us, but Eric wanted to talk about this. So recently, there's a story that sounds generous on the surface, but it raises a whole lot of questions underneath. So Michael and Susan Dell, yes, the billionaire Dell family, the Dell family is the name you might be thinking it is. They have pledged a staggering $6.25 billion to fund Donald Trump's investment accounts for kids. Under this plan, about 25 million American children under age 10 will receive a $250 seed deposit to jumpstart their future savings. And for families that opt in, the federal government will add more money when those kids turn 18. Supporters are calling this one of the biggest acts of private philanthropy in U.S. history, but critics say that the program is more complicated than that, and it appears, especially because this money goes into stock-based investment accounts, not food, not housing, and not basic needs, that there might be something else attached to it. And that means that children hardest hit by poverty may never even see these benefits if their parents don't opt in or don't have the financial literacy to navigate the stock market system. So it's a flashy headline. It's a huge historic donation, but it also exposes the widening gap between billionaire-led charities and on-the-ground needs of real families. So I want to ask y'all this question, and I want to start with Eric. Who does this actually help, Eric, and who gets left behind when you have something like this and the way it's set up, where and you mentioned earlier, I think that, and I'll let you go into detail on it. To me, it feels like they're using this as a way to get rid of the social safety net of Social Security.
That's actually a good thought to think about, something that I didn't even look that far down, but that's a good thought. I think you onto something with that. But what this was actually in the big beautiful bill. It was that every child born between 225 and 2028 would get a Trump account.
2025.
2025, 2020, up to through 2028. Any child, anybody. So it doesn't matter your academic, how much money your parents make, whatever.
Why does he got to put his name on it, bro?
Because it sounds good.
Just like the Trump Bible.
Yep, or like the Trump
stimulus checks.
It's a vanity project. It's everything, Trump is vain. So but
dude, it's wild, bro.
But what the Dell family's doing, they're matching it. It'll be a total of $2,000, but they're only matching people. It's already being means tested. This is neoliberalism that I don't like. It's only for families whose median income in their area or town is $150,000. So if your family total income in your household is more than $150,000, you don't qualify for the match. Okay, but every child will get that $1,000. But the thing is, those $1,000 is heavily invested with stocks, bonds. It's very it's not a lot of interest, but it allows families who with wealth to be able to deposit up to $5,000 per account, tax free.
Yep.
So it benefits, it benefits the more wealthy, the more people who are able to do that. It's another way for them
to dump their money,
tax free. So rather than putting it in the IRAs or stuff like that, and these funds are only, like you said, it's only used for college, if you did, or you want to put a down payment on a home. By the time 2028, by the time those people be able to eligible to buy homes, the way things are going, that's going to be maybe $5,000 in there. That's not going to be enough to for college. It's not going to be enough for the average person to be able to buy a home for a down payment. It's just another way. But for the rich, the people who are well off, they'll be able to allow those families to dump those monies into those accounts up to $5,000 every year, which will also continue to.
That's $125,000. They have to pull out by the age of 25. So if they're just dumping $5,000 into that account, that's a little over 126,000.
Yep. With a little interest on there, it could grow fast, and it's going to widen the wealth gap between the poor and the rich. Because, like you said, most poor people, they're going to opt in. They might not even opt in, or they won't be able to use the funds when they really need it. And everybody's not going to college. Everybody's not going to be able to afford to be a homeowner. So I don't know what you think, Aaron. It's just, I understand why they did it. It's a gimme to. It looks like something flashy for the poor and for rural America, but they won't see those money. It's actually benefits the rich.
Trump has never done anything for anyone out the kindness of his own heart. He even admitted on Air Force One that he doesn't think there's anything that he can do that possibly get him into heaven. You know how much of a trashy person or a trashy life you must have lived in order to say that publicly?
Because even thugs think they get into heaven.
Yeah, and he meant it.
He meant it. He tried to walk it back after. They didn't mean that. He was joking. No, he meant that.
That's the truth.
He meant that. So for him to say all of a sudden you care about the next or the future and the next generation, no, I don't trust it. Now, 20 years from now, if it turns out that it wasn't a scam, then I'll congratulate him. I'll walk to his gravesite and I'll congratulate him in 20 years. But until then, I don't believe anything that he's doing is going to be out the kindness of his own heart. There's something behind it. There's always going to be strings attached.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got to say about it.
Well, there are like these I think they're called like custodial accounts where you can they call them uniform gifts to minors.
Custodial account. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, uniform gift to minors. And some other ways that you can kind of get money to your kids. They also have the
already exists. Already exists.
Yeah, the 529 college savings plan.
Yeah.
That you can, and then the IRS. I think you can give up to like $18,000 or $20,000 to a person every year, tax free, and a gift. I think married couples is like double that, so it's like 35, 40 grand, something like that. Mm-hmm. And so, and then they have like a thing where you can front load like 5 years of it at one time, so like up to like $90,000 or $100,000 that you can front load it. That way, it can be collected interest and it still be tax free. Mm-hmm. So there's ways to do this. So it just, again, what y'all saying, it just makes me wonder, where's the other shoe?
Exactly.
Where's the other shoe, bro? Because I literally just don't trust him at all. And like you were saying, Eric, and do me a favor, Eric, you can go ahead and respond, but do me a favor. Go dig a little deeper down into, you said just a minute ago that you thought that this was just another way for rich people to kind of filter some money down to their children. Explain a little bit more of that. And then, if you don't mind, after you explain that, talk about how the disparity between your ability to do that as a rich person and people who actually need it, people who don't have the means to do this kind of thing. Yeah. Talk about that, the disparity, explain it, what your thought was, and then talk about the disparity.
Okay, that was a loaded question, but I'll try to answer it as best as I can. Basically, what I'm saying is that the wealthy likes to give their what's the word I'm looking for? A heritage tax. Uh-huh. They're trying to avoid that. So rather than having money sitting in separate accounts or having money sitting in a trust or something like that, they're putting those funds in different, like in their grandkids' accounts, their great grandkids' accounts, nephews' accounts, all that stuff. So that way those funds could be able to be with them for the rest of their lives.
Sure.
And for the poor, because most likely they have generational wealth anyway, and they won't necessarily need it. But for the working class, the barely making it, the people who live in check to check, those funds is something they can use now. And rather than letting them sit in their account, this would be an opportunity for America to teach people how to invest this money, make people invest it, work it the way they want to. And basically, in that way, they could be able to be more intelligent about how money works, rather than just sitting in an account that they can't touch until they're 18, if they go to college, if they decide to buy a home. But one more thing I want to touch on, like you were saying, the shoe drop, the shoes. This is the other shoe, like you mentioned earlier. And this is from Forbes. In July 2025, President Trump's Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent described Trump accounts as a backdoor for privatizing Social Security.
Absolutely.
Privatizing Social Security.
I didn't even know that, and that's what it feels like.
Is likely to raise elderly poverty rates and shift financial risk onto seniors, people with disabilities, and their dependents, making the retirement crisis even worse. Not better.
This is why when I'm doing business consulting, and when I'm consulting with small business owners and even people who are trying to leave corporate and go into business for themselves, I tell them stop trying to chase the trend. There are things which means if something is hot, let's say, oh, AI is hot. Now everybody wants to go and learn how to be a AI consultant. No, that's not within your wheelhouse. There are things that's within your wheelhouse. There are natural gifts, natural talents that you were born with, that you've acquired over the years of education, over the years of working for corporate America. You built those skills. You can turn that into a business. Kendall mentioned earlier about we talked about living check to check. You can, if you're not in a position to invest right now, you can get into an investment, or you can get into a position to invest by doing certain things like the small snowball effect. Google it. How do I shrink my debt with using the snowball effect?
Mm-hmm.
Research it and see how to apply that to your financial status.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, snowball effect. And then because it works, I've done it before, you know. And then once you get to a point where now you can start to invest, the reason why investing is so important, and this is probably our third episode touching on investment, and we really need to take a deep dive into it, because stuff like this Social Security, by the time that I'm at the age of being able to take out Social Security, I promise, I'm 45 now. I have no hope.
Dang.
Yeah. I have no. Yeah, I don't.
I can't laugh.
What's the age now? 72.
They keep raising it. They raised it to like
65, 67.
Yeah, I think 67. They raised it
67. They raised it. Okay. Yeah. So they're gonna continue to raise it until they finally eliminate it. So by the time I'm at that age, I'm not anticipating being able to draw Social Security. And at the end of the day, who wants to sit around and just draw measly dollars? That's the importance of me hustling right now, not capping my money. And the importance of you not capping it. Yeah, you go to work your 9 to 5 and you're like, oh, my money's capped. I'm working 40 hours. I'm making $2,000 a check. Okay. If there's no overtime, your money's capped. So you're going to work, so your money's capped, and then you're going to get a job at Barnes & Noble or McDonald's and all that stuff, and you're still capping your money. So take what you naturally do, your natural talent, and invest in that.
You're helping the people.
Let me give you some Bible. Your gift will make room for you.
Exactly.
Right? And you're making a good point, Aaron, that there is that requires you. So even if you're not a Christian, it requires you to have some type of spiritual moment with yourself through. Now I'm a pastor, so I think you should pray. But if you feel like meditation is the thing and all that, that's when you have to sit down, slow down, still your mind, sit down somewhere, do some research, get a strategy for your money, get a strategy for it. I was talking to someone today who was like, Kendall, I want to go get a loan from the bank so I can buy a used car that I can pay off pretty quick. I asked him, why would you do that when you have the amount of the car you're trying to buy in cash right now?
Lord have mercy.
You have it in cash.
Oh my Lord.
Why go into debt for a depreciating asset? Now, if I own it,
unless it's some type of strategy,
like what
that he's trying to, part of a larger strategy. But
he did, and what he said to me was, I'm trying to get my credit score up. I'm like, but to be clear, I mean, you have a 690 credit score.
That's good.
At 650, you can pretty much get whatever you want that you can afford.
Yeah.
So that's why I was trying to explain to him. So you don't have. You're in the 700 club. I worked hard to get to the 700 club, but the 700 club is not about credit score. It's about FICO and credit score.
Right. Your debt to income ratio too.
My FICO is what's pushed me into the 700s because I have diversified and I'm in a healthier place financially, and my income to debt ratio is in place, and all these other kinds of things. And people, and this is why I think just the financial literacy part of this is important, because you got to and to Aaron's point, to Ace's point, you got to have a strategy. You can't just don't go out there grabbing new debt for what? You need to, because what the snowball effect does is the snowball effect helps you become debt free.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be debt free. Now, watch this. If you are used to spending $300 a month to pay down small debt, $300 a month, you set that aside. I'm going to pay down small debt, $300 a month, $300 a month, blah, 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 blah. Once you pay off all your debt, you take that $300 and you put it in your savings account. Or you put it in a savings account until it grows.
Invest
Yeah,
half of
exactly. I
it.
was about to say, put it in a
Now
savings
you
account.
have
Put it in a
to
savings.
invest.
Yeah, put that same amount. Your budget has not changed. You are net neutral on your budget.
I'm saying invest 50% and save 50%.
Yeah, or that's fine too. Or if you feel like, because there might be some CDs that have a high yield on them, a higher yield where you need at least $5,000 in or $10,000 in. Sure. Well, if you're going to hold on to the money, fine. If you're going to get into like a high yield, CD or something like that, that's fine. But the point is, it's a strategy, because when you get to retirement age, y'all, we in our 40s. To Aaron's point, Social Security gonna be gone. Mm-hmm. And I think that this is their way of doing that. And I want to say one more thing about this, y'all, before we leave this topic alone. I want to say one more thing about this. Y'all, do you know how much money you got to have to give away $6.25 billion?
That's the problem.
The Dell family. I'm about to say it. The Dell family is giving away $6.25 billion over the next 5 years. So like $1 billion and something, like $1 billion was like $1.5 billion or something like that every year for the next 5 years is what they're doing, for a total of $6.25 billion. But their family's worth $150 billion. So if you can give away $6.25 billion, then you don't need a tax. If you can give away $6 billion and still be filthy, stinking rich, you give away $6.25 billion and your family is still worth $141.7 billion. We have a problem in America.
We got a problem.
Now, I give them credit for donating that money, just like the Gates Foundation and your boy who's the founder of Amazon? What's his wife's name?
Bezos' wife.
Yeah, Bezos' ex-wife. She gives away money too, and I appreciate it. But the problem is, Tesla, and we didn't cover this, Tesla voted, their shareholders voted to give Elon Musk a salary that allowed him to be a trillionaire. For what?
For a felon. We have a...
For what?
Real
quick, do you see how much, real quick, do you see how much $6 billion will get you?
Yeah.
And we're literally $6 billion, bro. And we're literally talking about, like, what is this, like about 1.5% of their entire net worth? What is the math on that?
It's
Let me do the math on that real quick.
0.004%, somewhere around there. It's low. It's not. They're not feeling it. They're not gonna feel it.
Of the value of your entire. You can't
spend $150 billion in your lifetime. You can't spend
every
that.
child whose family is under $150,000 a year can get $250 a piece from one family deciding that they're gonna give up a half of 1% of their family net worth. You're impacting millions of children with a half of 1%. Come on, man.
That's why I feel that billionaires should not exist.
The crazy thing is,
no billionaires.
There are studies out there that says to end homelessness across America is one payment of 30 billion. One payment of 30 billion.
We shouldn't have any billionaires. I'm gonna say it. And the way the country is now, the way how things are going right now, billionaires should not exist because they're running our government. They don't pay taxes as is. We got veterans and kids, poor veterans on the street. People are homeless.
So my thing with that is, if someone, let's just say this podcast blows up and, we become monetized, and then we're making, each of us are making 100,000 a day. Does that mean we did something wrong because the way we're making the influx is just coming in? Does that? So I don't necessarily knock people on the way they. I mean, I don't really knock successful people. I don't do that. So I can't really agree with you there, but I do agree that I do say that there needs to be some type of. They need to be paying taxes. They should contribute to, like, I know even at my level, I give back. I'm far from a billionaire. And I still give back. I still help the next person. And I'm not saying that these billionaires aren't, but I'm just saying I'm not going to say villainize them for being successful. But as America, I mean, we just need to do better with, the whole attack on Social Security. We talked about the attack on healthcare, and all some of the other things that, we're struggling, that we're just falling behind on, or becoming a third world country while we're pointing the finger at other countries.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's where I stand with that.
I'm gonna push back.
I'm gonna give you one stat, Eric. One stat, and I'll stop. One stat.
Go ahead.
Bill Gates. I'm gonna give you a stat. Bill Gates, as of April 2025, Bill Gates was making $1.8 million an hour.
Yeah,
1.8 million an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead.
But whose fault is that? Is that his fault?
It's not, but we can do more.
It's the system that's the point I'm
trying to make. It's
not the system that he helped create. It's a system.
Did he help create it?
Yes, he did, because the Congress and Senate, they make the rules, and he paid them to create the rules. I'm not villainizing the rich. I'm not saying
there were lobbyists long before Bill Gates.
But I'm saying is, but he and the rest of it. Please believe that we did have millionaires back in the day, but the tax system was 90%. They were taxed 90%, and they still did great.
Mm-hmm.
But now their percent of tax is like 5%. And the same people. So I'm not villainizing. I want people to make their money. I just want them to pay their fair share of taxes. That's all I ask.
Wells Fargo's worth what? 2.6 trillion.
Who?
Wells Fargo.
Oh, the corporation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And weren't they the first bank by Henry Wells? Yeah,
I think something like that. Mm-hmm.
Long before Bezos and all these guys.
What was his tax? What was his tax code? What was the tax code back then? What was the tax code?
Well, I mean, it's comparable. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, it's the cost of living back then is comparable to the cost of living now. I mean, it's yes, things were fit for 5 cents. You can go get a tank of gas. Wages were lower back then. It costs inflation.
But Aaron, can I say something to you? Can I say something to you? So in 1960, and I remember looking this up one time when I was in college, and I just refreshed. I was just searching while you guys were talking. I refreshed my memory. So in 1960, because I remember this number, in 1960, the average CEO made 20 times the amount of money as their average worker. 20.
It's always been like that.
No, wait a minute.
No.
Hold on. Wait a second. Hold on.
Crazy now.
Watch this.
300.
20 to 1. Now it's 280 to 1.
It's 300, bro.
So what I'm saying is
300 to 1.
That's bad.
So what I'm saying is there's always been classism. There's always been it. Do you villainize that CEO who's making that? I get the wage gap.
He's not getting it on his own. He needs it. He needs people to get wealth.
What I'm saying is, who should we truly blame? Who's at fault? Is Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and those guys are they at fault, or who should we be pointing the finger at?
I'm gonna say they are. Let me show you. All three of us are business owners, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
All three of us. I'm gonna say this. All three of us are business owners.
Exactly.
Now we hold on real quick. Now we are.
I'm still a capitalist.
I am too. So we're not on the level of them. But I want to say something to y'all. So watch this. All three of us, I believe, and I don't know, we haven't talked about this, but I do believe that of all three of us right now, with the money that we make with our companies, right? If we found out that somebody working under us was about to get put out of their house and we had the ability to help them, that person would not be getting put out of their house. If we had the ability to do it, the three of us would do it. Let me also say this. In addition to that, if you have a small business, right, and you profit $500,000 in a year, right? You profit $500,000, and you're sitting there looking, and at the end of that portion, they'll tell a small business owner that you really should, depend on the size of your business, you really should pay yourself probably anywhere from 10 to 20% of revenue if it's a small business. Well, watch this. If you're making, so if the profit margin that's left is $500,000 and you're about to pay yourself $200,000 of that, right? But you have a person who does good work for you, is Eric's point, and that person is helping you make this money. And most of the year, you spent on the shores of Florida fishing for pompano, ducking and dodging U.S. military missiles. Why you out there?
That's not funny.
Why you out there? You ducking and dodging Pete Hegseth, right? And somebody else is running that company, and they're making $38,000, and you're like, man, I think I know me. I'd be like, man, I'm gonna stop paying her $38,000, man. She helps me, or he helps me make all this money, man. Let me look at the financial structure again and see, because I'm fine. Let me see how I can adjust this. That's the problem I have. Why? Here's my question. Why do you need? What is the difference? Let me put it like this. What is the difference between a CEO who makes $28 million a year and them taking a $22 million a year salary? You're going to live in the same neighborhood. You're going to drive the same car. You're going to have a membership to the same yacht club. You're going to have a membership to the same private jet firm. You're going to have the same set of friends. But that $6 million would literally change the entire quality of life for half the people in that Fortune 500 company that you are the CEO of.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what both of you are saying, but here's my point. Mm-hmm. The same argument you're making about a rich person, a homeless person can make the same argument about you. What if you what's the last 5-star restaurant you went to? And how much did you spend?
Texas Roadhouse.
How many homeless people did you know? 5-star restaurant.
It is a 5-star restaurant.
Ain't no 5-star
restaurant.
But anyway, bottom line is both of you
I don't know if I've ever been to a 5-star restaurant. Tell us more, Aaron.
Okay, both of you have been to a restaurant. Both of you have been to a restaurant where you've paid over $200.
Yeah, that's fair.
Never.
Right, exactly.
For who?
You lying, Kendall? I know
you lying. Somebody, I ain't boy, never. Ever.
Your tab has exceeded 200 before.
Man, I know for my whole family.
Anyway, bottom line, Kendall's lying.
As I'm thinking about it, it probably has.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, go ahead. You're probably right. As I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. So, you both been to a restaurant where your tab has exceeded $200. How many homeless people did you pass on the way there?
Not a single one. Next question.
Well, you're lying. You're lying.
Next question.
You're lying. So what I'm saying is you could have stopped and said, you know what? I'm not about to go celebrate this anniversary dinner. Let me go ahead and just give this money to this homeless person. Put that $200 in their pocket. We're going to go get some bubbly pizzas and make it it's the same. It is.
I don't know. Well, the reason why I disagree is because we're talking about employees.
Yes.
So you're a business owner,
like Walmart.
Okay, so both of your business owners, everybody under you have equal pay.
Nobody's saying equal.
Nobody's saying equal pay. We're saying
that.
What we're saying is. So I would flip your analogy, your illustration, and I would say we're all sitting at the same table because we're all at this table together. We're not talking about a homeless person. So what we're talking about is how they pay their employees. So like what the Dell family did is like giving to a poor man. We're talking about how these CEOs take an exorbitant salary that is nothing but vanity for their other rich friends. They don't need the money. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. So I would say we're at the table, and I'm sitting here eating a T-bone steak, medium. Those of you that don't like medium steak, grow up.
Yes, grow up.
Grow up. Grow
Be
up.
an adult.
You need to grow up, be an adult. Okay, grow up, be an adult. Okay, get your taste buds together. Go get some fish sticks. Okay, put them in the microwave.
You're not supposed to be eating well done steak for the next 2 days.
I know, it's crazy. So exactly,
soaking it in water, trying to saw at that mug. That mug's still stuck in your teeth. You woke up with your teeth all sore, your jaw sore and swollen on the side. No, grow up.
When they say well done, I'm like, what?
I said, get a burger. I tell them, get a burger. Get a burger.
Yeah, get a burger. What are we talking about? Anyway, and I eat my hamburgers like medium or medium well, depending on where I'm at, if I trust it. But the point is, let's say
this show has ADHD, but go ahead.
I'm eating a cheap. I know, I do. I really do. And my doctor will not give me anything for it. She's like, I'm like, yes, I do. I have all the symptoms. But no. So listen, you're sitting at the same table, and you're eating home steak. And you look down at the end of the table and somebody that's at our table and all they're eating is bread and the salad that came to the table. And you think to yourself, now I know this person is struggling financially. All of us would look down that table and be like, or we would text and be like, yo, I got you. Go ahead and order what you want. I'll take care of you. Ain't nobody tripping off that. We at the same table. I want to make sure you good. Now, that person might be like, they may see everybody else eating steak and they might order like some blackened chicken. Because in their mind, they're like, look, they doing this for me, blah, 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 blah. But we're at the same table. That's probably the point that me and Eric are making when it comes to the disparity between CEOs from 1960 who were just... Beverly Hills existed in 1960. Brentwood in LA existed in 1960. The lower Manhattan that you go to New York all the time, Aaron, lower Manhattan existed in 1960. There were high skyscraping, there were 3-story condominiums in New York City in 1960. So why do we need a 208 for every $1 I make working for your company? You make $280 in an office?
Listen, I'll never fault the person making the money unless you're a sitting member of Congress and during your term you've earned $80 million.
Who'd they get that $80 million from?
As a public servant.
Who'd they get it from, though, Aaron?
Ask Nancy Pelosi.
Y'all gonna leave Auntie Nancy alone.
No, we not.
She's sunsetting.
Ask her.
She's sunsetting.
That's it.
Aaron.
That's what in the world? Here we go.
Don't we need more brains and less brawn?
Look
at this map.
Amen.
That map is ridiculous, Aaron.
Call your state senators. Tell them vote this thing no. You already passed the House. Tell your state senators no.
Somebody drunk it. Somebody drunk.
Indiana, call your state senators.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Somebody, do not go down in that international waters fishing for sun rays and pan fishing. Be out there fishing for bluegill.
Not if you don't.
You go down there fishing for marlin. You better not go down there fishing for marlin.
If you have any melon,
don't be. Yeah, exactly. Oh,
that's the Dell family. She ain't she. Ooh, Lord. No, that's
sir. They go to the same surgeons.
That's the Dell family right there, y'all.
Yeah.
Jamal Khashoggi. Long live Jamal Khashoggi, man. They did you wrong, buddy.
Yeah, they did.
This man right here cut you into pieces. It's crazy, man. Crazy work, fellas. Super crazy. Frankly, that is. I know it's not funny, but whoever made that and the fact that he would share it, it's actually hilarious. I know that's not funny, but it is funny.
Something's wrong with him.
That is crazy work right there, bro. AI is something else, man. And this guy right here, yeah, Mr. Trump. It was him all along. And this guy right here is the biggest narco, even bigger than El Chapo.
Pardon.
Can you imagine him giving a pardon to El Chapo? This dude put more drugs in America than El Chapo, bro. than Joaquin
Crazy.
Guzman, bro.
Crazy.
Crazy work.
All right, we need a fourth person. Whether you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent, preferably a woman, hit us up.
I'm working on it. She probably gonna watch it. She gonna watch this video.
I'm working on one too.
Yeah.
But hey,
All right,
you
Kendall.
know what? I'm gonna put her on the spot. Should I say it?
Go ahead.
Should I
Who?
say her name? Eric.
Who?
I shouldn't do it.
Don't
Put
do
her
it.
on the spot and send it to
Don't
her.
Don't do
Yeah,
it.
who?
I ain't gonna do it.
Do
Don't
it.
But we both
Who?
love her, and she knows who we talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Eric both
Do I
love
know?
you. We would love you to be a part of this show.
Yes.
We would love for you to be a part of this show.
I don't know him. So you gotta wait. You ain't got my vote. 'Cause I don't know who you are. Yeah, ain't get my vote, goddamn.
All right, listen, you've been tuned into the Root Cause Podcast, man. Thank you for hanging out with us for a little extended conversation. It was a good show today. On behalf of myself, Kendall Wyatt, my brother Eric Johnson, my brother Ace Chandler, listen, thank you for hanging out with us. We're trying to do the best we can. Follow us on social media at I keep jacking it up every time. Give it, Aaron.
At
What is
Root Cause Pod.
At Root
At
Cause
Root Cause
Pod.
Pod everywhere.
Any social
And
media
we are
platform.
now at Root Cause Pod on Facebook. We weren't before. We thought we were, but we are now at Root Cause Pod on Facebook. So
At Root Cause Pod
Also
on
Facebook.
at
Twitter.
Root Cause Pod on
Facebook,
Facebook.
Twitter, Instagram, all
Instagram,
that.
TikTok.
Just search
TikTok,
at
yeah.
Root Cause Pod, and you will find us.
Subscribe on
Hey,
YouTube.
yeah. I will say this. Last thing, TikTok and YouTube, y'all been showing us love. We appreciate you. Facebook, Instagram, what's up? What's wrong, man? What's
Come on,
up?
Meta. Come on, Meta. Like they ought to be
Zuckerberg
tracing.
said.
They ought to be tracing my They ought to be tracing my name. I mean, I got a good amount of followers. All right, look. Thank y'all for hanging out, man. Look, share the podcast.
Yes.
Like, subscribe.
Let's subscribe.
Man, we would love to have your support. All right.
Please.
As we try
Comment.
to just keep everybody up to date on this. And look, as we go, I say this every time we end the show because this is from all three of us, and I mean this. We are thinking about you. We are praying for you. We do this to feel like we're educating you to help our community see all the different angles of what's going on in the world around us. And I want you to know something. I don't care what you're dealing with and what you're going through, especially as the holiday season is here. Don't allow your mind to start thinking about the negativity in your world. Maybe you lost a loved one or something like that. You are loved. You are valued. You are needed on this planet. That's why you're here. And I want you to know something. The worst is over for you, and the best is yet to come. We'll see you next time. We love you.
Amen.
We'll see y'all next time.
God bless.